So I haven't had one of these talks in a little bit, and today we're going to be talking about what happened at YCS Indy for the top 32. Now there's 23 total Snake Eye decks, and 3 of which were different variants, being Kesh'jira, Salamangreat, and Fire King. Now, with this event solidifying that this deck is an 8-time back-to-back consecutive winner for a YCS, I feel it's finally time Konami needs to start hitting the deck. Now let's go through each of the cards that we see play from Snake Eye, Flameburst Dragon, all the way to original Sinful Spoils. Now, if we look at most of the deck, it comes in majority of Quarter Century Secret Rares, which are as listed being Flameburst, Dibellstar, the other Dibellstar, Poplar, Sinful Spoil, Original, Wanted, and Divine Temple. Yes, that is a total of 7 QCRs for the deck. And wait, there's more. We also have Promethean Princess that came out in Phantom Nightmare with Poplar, and we have Snake Eye Ash becoming an Ultimate Rare in OTS 25. So realistically, we are down to only 2 single cards that they could hit from the whole strategy, if not other cards, because this is also excluding things from Rarity Collection 2 and probable reprints in the Megatins. So this could happen after the Megatins or before the Megatins, and it will influence it a little bit. So 2 of the cards, the only 2 that I could really sum up for this whole entire deck, just looking at the winning deck list, is literally Snake Eye Oak, because it's only a super rare, and World Ocean Dragon Zelantis. Now, these are the only 2 cards that have not gotten a reprint in a QCR or ulti or a different upgrade. So realistically, when we're looking at it, this whole entire deck realistically can't get hit until the Megatins. But when we look at how Konami structures things through the past, the reason why that they don't hit secret rares all that much anymore was because the whole entire Zoodiac that whole entire thing with Zoodiac being in the 2017 Megatins, and then they instantly banned Trident and Broadable and limited Rat to 1. So it killed the whole deck, and people were like, but we just got these reprints a month ago, and it kind of hurts the player-company relationship. Even though that this deck is doing that exact thing with the live streams, as I saw the view counts drop from 5,000 to under 3,000 on YouTube, and on Twitch it was under 400, which even Josh and Varfa's stream, they were very, very bored because it was mostly Snake Eye mirror matches in the top 32 outside of a couple rounds. So let's go and deep dive into this further and see what could actually get hit. So recent cards from the past set normally don't get hit. So if we look at the ban list, it was recently in April. So everything from the ban list date of April 15th and prior, it's totally fine. So we're looking at excluding the sets of Legacy of Destruction, Terminal Revenge, Rarity Collection 2, because normally they give a ban list for these sets. Like if we look back in 2017, they gave Zoodiac 2 ban lists realistically, and then they just capped the deck. So let's take a look at what is all up for grabs really in this whole entire fiasco. Well, first off, we have Snake Eye Flameburst Dragon. This is a monster reborn for 2 level 1 fires from the grave, and it places stuff in the spell and trap card zone from the field and or graveyard, and being able to pull them straight out is very powerful. It is a 2 of because you don't want to brick the 1, but also 2 of it is really good because it helps you go into things like Hope Harbinger when you have a second one just floating around randomly. Snake Eye Dibellstar helps with that number 38 because you can just summon it out, use this and Flameburst to make it. And this is just a 1-up, so realistically it's not really that much of a big deal. And one thing I do want to point out before I continue, Dibellstar is the current lore, so she is the most important card in this whole entire lore. Even the OCG did not hit this card. So I see this card definitely staying at 3 because it's realistically fair. You send a card from the field or graveyard to summon it. And then when it's summoned, you get to set a simple spoil spell trap card from your deck. And during the opponent's turn, if this card is sent from its owner's hand or field to the graveyard, send a card from your hand or field to the graveyard, special summon this card. So realistically, it is all 1-for-1 actions. Now, that is a good thing because 1-for-1 interactions are very good, unlike things like Snake Eye Oak. So it is a 1-for-1 action. You normal it, special summon. Cool. You're most likely going to summon out Snake Eye Ash to get another body, being Poplar. And Poplar gets you another thing of Original Simple Spoil or Divine Temple. So off of one card, you pretty much get 4 cards. Because Temple can place your Flame Burge or whatever you need from the deck, like your Snake Eye Diabellstar. And then both it shares the effect with Ash being sending it and another face-up card you control to the graveyard to special summon a Snake Eye from your hand or deck, except another copy of itself. So you're either going to be summoning out Snake Eye, Poplar, Ash, or Flame Burge, depending on which respective one you need. And Ash is just a reinforcement of the army for level 1 fire monsters when it's normal or special summoned, and does the exact same second effect as Oak. Poplar, on the other hand, is a very warping card because it's one of those things that just says, if I'm added from deck to hand, I can special summon him. And then you get to add a Snake Eye spell or trap card from the deck to the hand. And if it's sent to the graveyard by any means necessary, you could just put it in the spell and trap card zone or any fire monster in your graveyard. So you could potentially set up so much random stuff with this, and it's insane. Next up is Original Sinful Soils. This is the one card that OCG said that they wanted banned. And honestly, I think this is one of the ones that should be banned because send a face-up card you control, special summon a level 1 fire from your hand or deck. It's another starter, and also you can banish it from your graveyard, target a Snake Eye or Diabellstar monster in your graveyard, add a level 1 fire from your deck to your hand, and then place the targeted monsters at the bottom of the deck. So it self-recycles from the graveyard, so it is a little weak to Bystials, but still, being able to do one effect or the other is relatively good, especially in this scenario. Then we have Wanted. This is just a reinforcement in the army for your Diabellstar stuff, and you can banish it and target a simple spoil spell trap card that is banished during your graveyard. Place it on the bottom, draw 1. So this is another 1-for-1 economy. You go activate, you search out your Diabellstar. That's 1-for-1. You banish this from the graveyard, target a simple spoil, put it to the bottom of the deck, draw 1. That's another 1-for-1, where you have to put something back to get a card. And then we have Divine Temple, which just places a Snake Eye from the deck, hand, or graveyard to the spell and trap card zone. Everything gets a 1100 boost. And then if a monster's normal or special summoned to your opponent's field, or if your opponent normals or special summons a monster, you could target a monster card that is treated as continuous spell and special summon it. So in the mirror matches, you could take your opponent's stuff, which is crazy. And this is least likely to get hit because honestly, I don't see this getting hit at all. Now, let's talk about Zelantis and Princess. Princess is a dumb card, being a monster reborn for fire monsters when the deck already has a double reborn, along with being able to target, if a monster special summon to your opponent's field, you can target a card on the field that they control, and a fire monster you control, destroy them both. And then summon this card from the graveyard. So realistically, this is a very powerful card, and it will be always good as time goes on. Now, honestly, this is part of the combo as well, because we've seen it on the stream multiple times with Raging Phoenix, where you go Promethean, effect, summon back Flame Burge, link the 2 off, go into Raging, and if you didn't use Flame Burge's effect, you summon out 2 level 1s, and you link away the Raging into Zelantis, and you use Zelantis, wipe the board, summon the board, and then Princess triggers, popping one of your monsters, most likely a Poplar, and then a monster that summoned back to your opponent's field, summon her back, and then Raging Phoenix triggers, and you get to target the card that you popped that was fire, and then you just go, I will attack for game because of Princess Zelantis. So Zelantis is one of the crazy Link 4s in the game because it's also a pseudo Link 1, being able to use a Link 4 for its Link summon. Being able to quick effect destroy stuff during the battle phase, either battle phase, is really strong, and being able to special summon monsters as many as possible that was banished in any position you want is also pretty stupid. So why am I bringing up this discussion today? Well, as we saw at the YCS at Indy, we had 75% in top 32 and top 16 for Snake Eye. Then we get into top 8 being 88% with Raymond Dye only being the Labyrinth player, the non-Snake Eye person. Then we get to top 4 and the finals, and it was all Snake Eye. The community is absolutely tired of Snake Eye in general, and honestly, I am tired of seeing Snake Eye Ash constantly everywhere I go. And I'm also tired of the amount of hand traps that we have in the game because in Paulo's list, he was on 18 of them with 3 cross out, 2 talents, and a Call by the Grave. And another thing that Snake Eye players have been utilizing is skill drain, because you get to go normal summon Ash, cool, effective Ash, send itself in skill drain, and you get to resolve the Ash. So being able to do that is super dumb. So in my opinion, this is another card that I definitely think will be going to 1 again. But back to the Snake Eye stuff. What are my thoughts on the cards that I think will get hit? Outside of the QCRs and Ulti and Bonfire, it's definitely going to be Snake Eye Oak, in my opinion, along with Zelantis, as I'm going to be hard pressed on this card being banned in the near future because of how much stuff it actually does. Now, people will argue you can use access code talker, but the thing is that is different between Zelantis and access code talker. This can pop as many co-linked cards as possible. So if you have a co-link of 5, you could pop 5 during each battle phase. Access code talker is limited to how many attributes you can banish. And all your attributes in your Snake Eye Fire King, you have Dark, Earth, Fire, and Light, and Wind. You have 5 total, sure. But the thing is with this, you will run out of materials to banish with access code. Well, even though they run both, Zelantis is a crazier thing. So if you go access code effect target in link 3, cool, resolution, it gets impermed. I will slap down a Zelantis, and it will most likely be co-linked. So you can just go effect and win the game right there. But I want to know what you guys think about Snake Eye in general. What cards you want to see hit, and what cards you really want to see go from this format. But anyways, I have been Volt Spider, and I hope you guys did enjoy, and see you all in the next video.